All right, down to business right before training camp, literally a day before training camp. Saquon Barkley is back with the Giants. What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. And with nearly a 2-month hiatus of sporadically uploading and not uploading at all from mid-June to mid-July, we're back. We're done with the break. It's Giants football now. Training camp starts tomorrow. We'll be covering it here on this channel. Every single practice that we're able to see and even talk about. And now we have this Saquon Barkley news, so let's get right onto it. So Saquon Barkley signs a 1-year, $11 million deal, and it's actually 1 year, $10.1 million, but with $909K in incentives that would make it up to a total of $11 million. So he pretty much signed a 1 year, $10.1 million deal, which is exactly the franchise tag. My guess is that apparently there's a loophole Adam Schefter was talking about, and something that nobody ever knew and somehow just came to light. I don't know if this is a new rule or whatever the case is, but Saquon Barkley, as you guys know, was not able to come up with an agreement with the Giants and Schoen to get a long-term deal going before the deadline. And we all thought he's just going to be playing on the franchise tag. We all know Saquon Barkley is not going to miss games. He's not going to miss practice, and he's not going to. But apparently that there's this rule that you can still sign a contract, but it has to be a 1-year deal. It can't be more than 1 year. It can't be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. It can't be a long-term contract, just a 1-year deal. Apparently that's a rule, and you could come up with your own terms, so it doesn't have to be necessarily a franchise tag. If this is a thing that happens every year, I don't think anybody's ever going to use a franchise tag, just for the sheer fact that if you intend to have the player the next year, you don't want to franchise that tag and kind of keep that player in a box of, you want them to come up with a contract on their rules that they agree to. So that's a very interesting rule that was put in place, but it's a rule nonetheless, apparently. Quick little editor's note, it's always been the case that a free agent could sign a deal. It's just past the deadline. You cannot sign a multi-year deal past the July 17th deadline. So 1-year deals are completely on the table. It's always been on the table. I'm bugging out. I didn't realize that. I just wasn't thinking. My bad. So Saquon Barkley signs that deal. He basically just makes how much he would have made on the franchise tag in 1 year, and it's all guaranteed, I believe. And you're able to add another almost $1 million in incentives, and I believe the incentives are like 1,300 rushing yards. I forgot they set a number of touchdowns. I think 12 touchdowns and 65 receptions. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I will double check. You guys will see the graphic on the screen. And so I think that's a good number to reach, but damn, 900K in incentives. 900K in football terms is just, in a football's market, is just not good money. I don't know how 900K equates to 1,300 rushing yards, which is something he has not done before. Has he reached 1,300 rushing yards? 65 receptions. He's done that in his rookie year. He broke the Giants record at that, I believe, 12 touchdowns. So I don't know. He has to have a phenomenal year just to get an extra $1 million. But listen, it's a contract that he agreed to. They agree he's going to be playing on his terms pretty much. This is what they can do right now because they are not even the Giants are able to create, even if Saquon Barkley wanted and they both wanted a long-term deal, they cannot do that. They have to stay within the 1 year contract. So I'm excited. Saquon Barkley gets to come back. There should be no bad blood. I don't think there is any bad blood between the two sides. I want Saquon Barkley to remain a Giant. The only thing that's going to suck is that since he's playing on his own terms, he is going to want a bigger contract for all the trouble that he went through this year just to get an extra $1 million if he reaches those incentives. If he has another great year, hits those incentives, he's going to want even more money next year because he did prove himself that it was going to be healthy next year. On top of that, the Giants are, if they do decide to franchise tag him again, it would count as a second franchise tag. Although he did not sign the initial first franchise tag, he was initially supposed to be on that deal. But with this rule put in place, even though they came up with their own contract, they have to abide by a second contract rule next year if they were to franchise tag him again. They shouldn't do that. That would be kind of disrespectful. They either let him walk or give him a bigger contract or give him a long-term deal. So that's going to be interesting, but I'm very excited to see Saquon Barkley. I have a video coming out soon, kind of not addressing Saquon Barkley, it's kind of addressing the whole Giants offense, but Saquon is included in there, and obviously the contract talks was, before then, so you guys would it'll kind of be a little outdated, not very outdated, just a small little section. I think I talk about Saquon in like 30 seconds out of like a 9-minute video because I just didn't want to focus on him too much besides, all the new players that we added to the offense. So Saquon Barkley is back. Matt Breida is back. We drafted Eric Gray, and we also have James Robinson, the running back from the Jaguars and the Jets. I'm excited to see this group play, man. I want to see how James Robinson plays in the preseason. Hopefully he came back and he's in full form from his ACL tear in 2021. Usually takes about 2 years, especially for a running back, to regain his strength again after tearing his ACL. We saw that exactly with Saquon Barkley. So hopefully James Robinson is the same deal. He's probably not going to be as fast. He was never fast to begin with, so that's not a good sign. So we'll see what happens. I'm really excited for this running back group, and even more excited that Saquon Barkley will be a part of it. For all things Giants news, be on the lookout on this channel for all training camp news and updates and takes, and I will see you guys in the next video.